How to raise your credit score fast. We're going to talk about that. But first, my name is Samuel Pugh. And I'm the co-CEO of ASA Financial Solutions, where we help you build generational wealth. Now, the surest way to improve your credit score is by using credit responsibly and managing your debt and obligations appropriately over the long term. That being said, if you got a deadline and you're trying to meet and you want to raise your score as quickly as possible, here are some steps that you can take just to do that. Now let's get into the video. All right, tip number one, check your credit report for errors. If you want to improve your credit score, it's smart to start by understanding what is exactly in your credit reports. Now, under law, you're entitled to a free credit report for each of the 3 major credit bureaus once every 12 months. Those 3 would be Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. If you spot any errors in your reports while you are reviewing them, you can dispute them and request that the errors can be removed from your report. Now, because credit bureaus are required to respond to any dispute, normally 30 days, but now within 45 days due to COVID. The positive impact that comes with fixing any errors can be felt pretty quickly. Now, how common are errors on credit reports? That's a good question. I'm glad I asked it. The Federal Trade Commission reported estimates that up to 5% of all credit reports have errors that are serious enough to cause real damage. Some have been seen fixing errors that can boost reports up to 100 points in some cases. So if you take these steps, at least that number 1 step right there, you can see your credit report improve tremendously. That's tip number 1. All right, tip number 2, get and stay current on your payments. Listen, your payment history accounts for a higher percentage of your credit score than any other single factor. Missing payments typically stay on your credit report for 7 years, meaning they can have a lasting impact on your credit score. That's why it's so important that you stay on top of your payments and that you never miss a payment or pay late. Now, if you find yourself that you've missed a payment, there may be steps that you can take to limit and possibly reverse the damage, especially if you missed the payment within the last 30 days. One thing you can do, call your credit directly and arrange to make the payment. If they have already reported your delinquency, while you're on the phone with them, you should ask if they could rescind it. Most of the time and sometimes they will do that for you. That can help your score tremendously. That is tip number 2. All right, tip number 3, pay down your existing credit card balance. Now look, total utilization and card by card utilization is another very important factor that affects your overall credit score. Generally speaking, it's advised that you try to keep your credit card utilization to 30% or our preference 10% in order to avoid negative effects on your credit score. And please never max out your credit card. Use the extra money you have to pay off your balance. Once you paid off your balance, try not to close your oldest account unless you absolutely have to, because closing old accounts, especially long-lived accounts with consistent on-time payments, can negatively impact your credit score by lowering your average credit history. You do not want to do that. That's our tip number 3. Tip number 4, consider debt consolidation. Another way that you can lower your credit utilization rate would be to consolidate your credit card debt with a personal loan. Now, this could benefit your score in 2 ways. First, it will convert your revolving debt, example your credit card, into an installment debt, which your credit bureaus rate positively. Second, it will lower your credit utilization on your credit cards. And then as a bonus, many personal loans carry much lower interest rate compared to credit cards, which can help you pay off your debt more easily and quickly over time. That's our tip 4 of how you can improve your credit score fast. Tip number 5, increase your credit utilization. If you can't pay down your credit card balance and you don't want a personal loan, there is a third way that you can increase or lower your credit utilization, and that's requesting credit limit increase. Because this will increase the amount of credit that you have available while keeping the balance the same, your credit utilization will instantly decrease. So, as long as you don't charge more expenses to your card, which of course you don't want to do this in this case, all you need to do is just call your credit card issuer, ask if it's possible to increase your limit. You may also be able to just go to your lender's portal, for instance, and ask for a credit increase that way. You never know what may happen, but it will instantly decrease your utilization, and that may help boost your credit score as well. All right, tip number 6, get credit for utility payments and rent payments. Now look, you have things like Experian Boost or rent reporters that will help boost your credit score by showing what you have done on a monthly basis. They're able to go back as far as 24 months to report utility payments and rent payments that you have made. Typically, the more payment history the bureaus can find through your bank, the greater chance of boosting your score you will be able to get. All right, tip number 7, become an authorized user on somebody else's account. Look, an authorized user is a term that refers to somebody who has been given permission to use someone else's credit card. Young adults, for example, are often added as authorized users to their parents' credit card in order to help them build credit. Maybe you can't do that. Do you know someone who has a stellar credit score, a low credit utilization rate, and who would trust you enough to add you as an authorized user to that account? If so, then become an authorized user on that person's account, because that can be a great way in raising your credit score very quickly. And this is why one of the things that's going to happen is because of all the positive credit signals that's going to come from that other person, particularly their utilization ratio and payment history will be added to your credit report, where it can help you lower your own total credit utilization rate. So that's some of the things that you guys want to look at when it comes to becoming an authorized user, because that is going to help you in the long run. So tip number 7, become an authorized user on somebody else's account. Those are our 7 tips. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor and like, comment, and share this post. Also, if you're interested in getting a free consultation to discuss your goals and obtain a free, no obligation credit analysis, click the link within the post to select a time that works best for you. We cannot wait to help you reach your goals. Talk to you soon. This is ASA Financial Solutions, where we help you build generational wealth.